Welcome back to the It's Too Late Show. I'm your host, Kahlua Lua. A lot to get to tonight. But before we start our interview, we have a new addition to the set. Deke, can you lower it down? This is the Tolarian Community College Lever. All I have to do is pull the lever and it will play a clip of the professor. My lawyers have advised me not to do this, but on Twitter, the professor said it was okay, so let's give it a shot and see how it works.
Finally, the dynamite test. No, Prof! Man, I didn't even get to go. That's not fun. How is what you're doing fun? The cards are unfair. Your cards are so unfair, man.
All right. All right. Let's settle down. We have a lot to do tonight.
Hey, I'm a professor. I can't come up with stuff on my own. What I do is I take the work that other people have done and then I present it in an accessible way.
That's the story of my life. All right, seriously, we're running out of time.
What do dinosaurs and pirates have to do with Mesoamerican culture? What in God's name is wrong with these kids these days? I tell you, Gloria, the video games, they rot their brains.
All right. Let's not wear the thing out. We just got it installed. And we still have an interview to get to.
It will not open! Come on, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? Questions.
Okay. Tonight we are welcoming the tournament organizer of Ka0s Tournaments. He was part of the Dockside Extortionists. It's Ka0s. Thanks for joining us, Ka0s.
Thanks. That was a long time ago, or at least feels like a long time ago.
Still repping the Dockside tokens, so
The mat.
Yeah.
And the mat. There's a couple people that still have the mat, but it's old faithful to me.
Let's start off by asking you, how did you get into playing CEDH?
CEDH. I think my LGS, we all started kind of playing EDH, and we were all kind of like the grinders that went to PTQs and all the big Star City events when they did that. So we were always like super competitive. So it started off playing like, I'll play Kahlua and play Cool Dragons, and then you get beat a bunch of times, and you start bumping up your power level and how good your deck is, and it kind of just rolled in the CDH. But obviously, the majority of people at LGSs aren't playing the highest level of EDH that you can play, so that's kind of how I got into it online. Was I was playing, the deck no one wanted to play against anymore. So I had to play online.
Where did you come up with the idea from playing online to creating your own tournament?
I think a lot of it was on the Nexus, where a lot of us play. I had been gone for a while. I moved, wasn't really playing Magic, and then I got the fire again, I guess you could say. And just noticed that there weren't quite as many people playing on there than there used to be. And I just wanted to do something to like bring the community get together, bring more people into the server, get more people playing, and stuff like that. And I guess it just kind of like snowballed from there. The first one was pretty good success, and the second one was even better. So hopefully the third one's even better than the second.
What are some difficulties that you've had to overcome going from just the idea of having a tournament to Ka0s Tournament 1?
The absolute biggest thing was finding software that'll do match pairings for multiplayer. There's plenty of ones that work perfectly fine for single player, but for multiplayer, it was pretty much just SquireBot, and that had a lot of bugs and nuances that were kind of weird. And if you didn't do things in like a specific order, it could get messed up, and then the whole tournament would like die. So that was definitely the biggest hurdle, was finding good, reliable pairing software. Outside of that, I mean, everything else was pretty smooth. All the players are great. We haven't like had, you know, cheaters in the games or anything like that. All the judges have been great. Just finding that pairing software was rough, but luckily, I'm gonna mispronounce his username. It's like Vera GG. He has pairing software that he made that was has been working great, that we've been using since the second tournament.
You've had 2 tournaments so far.
Yep.
What have been the things that you've enjoyed the most about being a tournament organizer?
Sending prizes to people, sending tokens to people. People like stuff. Everybody likes stuff. Making people happy, sending them tokens or prizes or whatever. Also, obviously, the feedback, 99% of the feedback you get is pretty positive. Thanks for the tournament, thanks for doing this, and especially the people who want to contribute, that like see what we're doing and want to help and are like, hey, I can send you this card, or I can give you this or that, or help you with this, has been really cool. So I guess making people happy in general, I suppose.
Hmm?
He shuffled through his cards really quickly while you were playing?
The flicker.
It's Friday Night Magic. Who flicks?
He flicks.
Who does he think he is? Brian Kibler?
What have been the worst things that you've had to put up with so far?
The worst things, luckily, you haven't played in any of the tournaments, so that's a good thing.
Shots fired.
No, the worst things, worst things. Besides the pairing software like fiasco, honestly, everything's been great. Like I said, the players, like I legitimately could not ask for better players to play in these tournaments. Like, we changed up how we had to do confirming matches and all that, and every time we changed it, they 100% followed what they were supposed to do, asked judges for questions when they had questions. So I can't complain, honestly.
What advice would you give to someone trying to organize their own tournament?
If it's for EDH or for multiplayer, I would start by sending me a DM so I can send you the GitHub for the pairing software. That's the biggest thing. The one that we're using from Vera GG is great. It works perfect. Outside of that, ask your friends for help. It's definitely more than a one-person job, for sure. Luckily, I have Ka0s to help me out infinitely. Especially the first tournament, I couldn't have done it without him. Even moving ahead, it would be really hard to see any progress without at least 2 people at the helm. But outside of that, just, get people you trust, get friends, same as any team effort, I guess.
When is the next Ka0s tournament, and how do people get involved with it?
The next one is, what is it? The 24th is in 6 days. So it's going to be July 30th, 10 a.m. Eastern time. I'm assuming Kahlua can either put something right here to click on, or in somewhere in the description, I'm sure he can put a link to go sign up, get all the information and all that. Outside of that, I believe our next tournament, I want to say we're looking at like mid-September-ish. But the next one from now is on July 30th. So
we don't have the budget to do a link overlay, but yeah, we'll put it down below. Okay.
Send Kahlua money so he can do cool stuff.
Is there anything else you'd like to add that we didn't talk about that you would like to go over?
I would like to ask you a question.
Okay.
Reverse this a little, the Uno reverse card. I know you commentated on the last tournament. How did you find that experience?
I let Jacoby take most of the reins, so I was pretty much just
He's done it a lot.
hanging out in the back seat, just kind of talking about what combos might be coming up that people should look out for. But yeah, definitely hosting. It can take a lot out of you if
All right.
you're sitting in the chair for multiple hours.
Oh yeah. I feel that between me and Foss and then like you two, we're definitely the most tired people of the bunch for sure.
Thanks for joining us, Ka0s. We'll be right back with tonight's game, Kahlua's Kahoot.
Yeah.
So stick around.
Kahlua Lua.
Yeah.